Talking about Titanfall. Like this video, make sure you like, subscribe, favorite. Let's get into the video now. Titanfall 2 is about to play. Technically, this 2019 Titanfall 2 will actually be on PlayStation Plus. So if you are a PlayStation Plus subscriber, you will be able to get access to Titanfall 2 for free. It will be one of the games that Sony is giving out as a free download for PlayStation Plus subscribers, which there are over 35 million PlayStation subscribe members. I think it's actually over like 40 or 50 million. It's a lot. When you have over 100 million consoles sold, it's suffice to know that about half of them are probably PlayStation subscribers. But just to play it on the safe side, we're going to say around 35 million, if not more, potential people downloading Titanfall 2, which is going to be the best PlayStation Plus game that come out in December. So in this December of this year, at least. And it's a good game, especially when you come off the high of Respawn's previous games, such as Jedi Fallen Order, which is getting good reviews. And people are saying it should have probably been a Game of the Year contender, but because of how late it came out, it was unfortunately not eligible. But then you have Apex Legends, which released earlier this year, and people are loving that game. So Respawn has had an amazing year. So you have two great Respawn games, completely different too. One is a first-person shooter, Battle Royale, and the other is a third-person action-adventure game. And now they're giving us Titanfall 2 for free? Holy crap. So that's 35 million, at least 35 million potential PlayStation subscribers being able to download this game now, actually, within the next couple hours, and be able to dive into the lore of the Apex Legends a little bit more, that world of Apex Legends through the Titanfall 2 campaign and game and all that stuff, because Apex Legends takes place in the same world as Titanfall 2. And in fact, a lot of the guns and things you see in Titanfall and Apex Legends are in this game. For example, we have the R201, which in Apex Legends, I believe is the R301. You have the Hemlock. You have the Flatline in Apex Legends. You have, what else? The Alternator in Apex Legends. You have the R99, which is basically this one right here, which is R97. You have the Spitfire, the L-Star, and the Devotion in Apex Legends. The Longbow. Yep, and they got the triple take in Apex Legends. In this game is the double take. It's the same gun. Eva, Mastiff in Apex Legends. And the Grenadas, you don't have any of the Grenadas now that I think about it. Not in Apex Legends, but you do have the Wingman and the Mozambique in Apex Legends. So as you can see, pretty much almost all of the weapons from Titanfall 2 are in Apex Legends. The biggest difference is that they tend to perform slightly different in Apex Legends than they do in Titanfall 2. So when you do pick up Titanfall 2, which I do recommend everybody download it on PlayStation Now, I do recommend you get it. Try out each guns. They do have like a nice tutorial and gun range and stuff like that for you to try out each guns, how the hip fire and everything feels, the recoil and all that good stuff. But they do play very different. In terms of pistols, you have the RE45 in Apex Legends. You have the P2016, they call it the 2020 in Apex Legends. And of course the Wingman again. Anti-Titan weapons, I don't think you have any. No, you don't have any of the anti-Titan weapons. Not in Apex Legends. Not that you would need to, because there is no Titans in Apex Legends. But the Titans is what makes Titanfall 2 so great. Oh, before I even get into the Titans, let's get into the abilities. You have the different abilities of each character. So you have Stim, which is basically Octane from Apex Legends. You have Phase Shift, which is basically Wraith's ability in Apex Legends. You have the AWOL, which is basically Gibraltar's ability in Apex Legends. You have the Grapple, which is basically Pathfinder's ability in Apex Legends. You have this Cloak, which is not in Apex Legends, but it is in Apex Legends because Mirage actually cloaks himself when he goes invisible. So in a sense, this is in Apex Legends via an ultimate. But then you have the holo pilots, which is in Apex Legends because that's my boy Mirage. So my boy Mirage is kind of made up of two of these different tacticals. And in this game, you have access to the tactical, similar to Apex Legends, and they help. They definitely help. In terms of grenades, you do have some of the grenades coming back from Apex Legends. Not so much the fire star, but it's called an arc star, which is electricity as opposed to fire. You do have your regular grenade as well. So yeah, a lot of stuff from Apex Legends is letting you know that it's in the world of Titanfall. And with Respawn giving us this game, with PlayStation giving us this game for free via the PlayStation subscription, which I guess technically you're paying for it because you pay for the PlayStation subscription. I think it's freaking awesome, and I look forward to it. First of all, everybody needs to know this game has a really good campaign. Titanfall 2 has a really good campaign. It's one of the best single-player campaigns in a very long time. But you also have a cool co-op mode in the Frontier Defense, which is really cool, 4-player co-op mode. So if you don't want to play against people, you can play with people against the computer. And that's pretty fun, especially when you get into like the insane difficulty. It gets pretty crazy. Then you have like a really cool in-depth multiplayer mode, which you have attrition, bounty hunts, which have AI companions that you can shoot if you're not good at killing people. But you also have your pilot versus pilot mode too, which is just strictly people. You have your Titan Brawls, which is just strictly Titans. And then you have your Last Titan Standing, which is a combination of like Titans and pilots, which is really cool. You have your capture, your flags, your amp, hard points, really cool stuff. And then you have your glitch 24/7. Glitch 24/7 is like the Nuketown of Titanfall 2. It's like a relatively small map, but it's really good and chaotic and pretty formulated. A lot of the maps in Titanfall 2 were okay. Let me say that. They were okay. A lot were better than others. You do have your happy hour. My happy hour starts in 55 minutes, which actually gives you like double XP for like one game or something like that. As long as you catch it within that time period. You can always switch this by changing your network, if I remember correctly. Yeah, depending on which network you're in, depends on what hour the happy hour is. So go to the network that is best time period when you're able to play this game. All the purchases in this game were cosmetics, so everything in here is cosmetics. Some pretty cool cosmetics too, from cosmetics from your guns to your Titans and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. Your calling signs, your camos, and all that good stuff. So all cosmetics, no pay to win whatsoever. You have your stats, your overall stats. Your stats are pretty in depth too. As you can see, my stats were okay. Tells you your most used gun, your most used Titan weapon, your most efficient guns, all that good stuff. Like your time played in each game mode with each Titan. Yo, the stats in this game, like they go real in depth. So you have your factions too. You might recognize some of these factions from Apex Legends as well. You have your different patches and stuff like that. So just a lot. You have your boost as well, which you'll also recognize as well. So just a lot of cool stuff in this particular game, and I highly recommend everybody playing. Now let's get into the highlight of this particular video, which are the Titans. Each Titan plays completely different. So now you have your pilots, which all have different abilities and stuff like that. So you definitely want to try them out with different guns to see which ones best fit you. But then you also have a different dynamic with the Titans, which each Titan is completely different from the others. They all have their strengths and weaknesses, and their counters and pro counters and all that stuff that you want to learn each Titan so that you know how to match up with this Titan. Some Titans are just strong against other Titans. Like you don't want to go against a North Star with a Scorch, because Scorch is kind of slow and needs you to be up close and personal. North Star is pretty quick and plays at a long range. So there are some counter picks here too. So you gotta be pretty good. But if you play Scorch smart, you can get a drop on a North Star. If you can get the drop on a North Star, or if you can bottleneck them or something like that, that can help. So there's different types of play styles, and each Titan can be customized. Now you have your Titan kits, which is pretty much universal for each Titan. You have your assault chip, which means they're better AI, they're better Titan when you're not in it. You have your stealth auto eject, so when they destroy, it just auto eject you. You have your turbo engine, which makes you a little faster. Your overcore, which makes you get your ultimate faster. counter ready, which gives you an extra electric smoke, and a nuclear injection. So when you eject from your Titan, it'll blow up the Titan and do damage within a certain amount of range. That's universal. You do have your Titan specific kits, which this is the ion ones, your entangled, your zero triple point, your vortex amplifier, and these actually work to your particular playstyle, and they will make the Titan fit better for your particular playstyle for the most part. And I highly recommend checking out each one of these to see which one fits best for you for that particular Titan that you're using. This is kind of redundant. So you have one where the Titan just falls down and then gets right back up and starts going at it immediately. And then you have one with a dome shield where it's protected for a short period of time until you can get to it. So it really depends on you. And you have your customizations for the different Titans and stuff like that, which is cool as well. Which is really cool as well. You have the different chassis for the Titans too. You also have like the different executions as well. So let's do a little debriefing for the Titans then. So that's Ion. We'll go into this. All right, that was Ion. It gives you a little kind of snippet into what they're capable of. Oops. So that's basically just a little snippet of what each Titan is capable of. Make sure you customize your Titan based on your particular preference and playstyle to maximize your ability with that particular Titan. The Titan gameplay in Titanfall 2 is awesome. One of the best reasons to get this game, and one of the best parts of this particular game was Titanfall and the dynamic of transitioning from pilot to Titan on a whim. So, yes. I'm gonna get into some gameplay right now, and I hope you guys enjoy. Right now, there's not a lot of people playing online. It's only roughly 2,000 people playing on PlayStation at the moment, but I'm really hoping that that jumps up to a few hundred thousands, maybe a few millions when this game is finally released for free on PlayStation. Now, make sure you pick it up and make sure you enjoy. Just give it a try. Even if you're only picking it up or downloading it just for the campaign, give it a try. It's definitely worth a playthrough. I highly recommend too. You can also customize your particular playlist as well too. But yeah, definitely give it a try. It's going to be free for anybody who's on PlayStation that has the PlayStation Now subscription. Definitely give it a try. Make those player numbers jump from 2,000 to 200,000 to 2 million. You feel me? With that being said, if you like this video, smack that like button. If you hate it, smack that dislike button. You want to talk more about Titanfall 2? Leave it in the comments below. And remember, your life is a fantasy.